What's popping? You know who it is. It's your man DM. I'm here with the homie EJ. EJ, you here?
Yerski.
We in this thing. It's time for another talk, conversation, communication, whatever you want to call it. But that's what we doing here right now. As always, you know we start off with some music. But before we start, I want you to know that this episode is brought to you by God Can't Fail. And we won't have a Zoom.
Fail.
Maybe my editor can zoom in real quick. We'll put it on the bottom of the screen. But God Can't Fail. It looks like. If you know, you know.
Right.
But God Can't Fail. Y'all go to godcan'tfail.com. Get you some bands. And maybe, we're going to release some exclusive ones on Patreon. So we'll see what it is. Y'all sign up for that too as well. But as always, we start off with some music. So here it is. This one is called Everything because all we got is everything.
Right.
Oh, I love this song. Hey, I remember when we recorded this at Swag House.
Yep.
What it was? Sky Street? It's on Sky Street.
Every time I've been trying to figure out where love goes. Every time.
Shout out to Carlin.
I can tell you all about the finer things. Drove in all the cars and through all the planes, yeah. But it don't feel the same if I ain't got you with me. I don't care about the fame. Magazines and TVs, diamonds, Mercedes. I can give it all away.
Yeah.
Some flames believe me. Met a lot of ladies. None of it don't mean a thing.
What it is?
Everything.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to give it up.
Everything.
Just so we can get enough of everything.
Yeah.
Got it all, I give it all. Everything. My time, my needs, my heart, my everything. My mind, my sleep, my heart, my everything. Got it all, I give it all. Everything. Won't be no more. They don't know how for sure. Yeah. Won't be no more. They don't know. Every time love came around. Every time I finally figured out where love goes. Every time I can tell you all about the finer things.
Bro, this is so dope. Listen to the words. I think I'm going to do these lyrics and put them out so people can get them too.
Yeah.
On the Patreon.
I can give it all away. Some flames believe me.
I need Acapella.
I got it right here.
All I got is everything. So I'm willing to give it up. Everything. Just so we can get enough of everything. Got it all, I give it all. Everything. My time, my needs, my heart, my everything. My mind, my sleep, my heart, my everything.
Got it all, I give it all. That's good, bro. I got it all, I give it all. Yeah.
Everything. All I got is everything. So give it up, everything. Just so we can get enough of everything. Got it all, I give it all. Everything. My time, my needs, my heart, my everything. My mind, my sleep, my heart, my everything. Got it all, I give it all. Everything.
Yo. Hey, that's crazy. I almost, you know what? I'm about to do that. I almost want to because the lyrics, I can't get in that. Y'all got to check in the IMF Film Show.
Yeah.
So you can really get the breakdown of these, and we'll have them on there. But it's like, let me see. Turn it back on. Let me see. It's like
every time the love comes around, every time I be trying to figure out where love goes. Every time I can tell you all about the finer things. Drove in all the cars and flew all the planes, yeah.
oh man.
But it don't feel the same if I ain't got you with me. I don't care about the fame.
Hey, we gonna break that down. So y'all make sure y'all check out the Everything IMFM, the episode called Everything. We're gonna put that up soon. We'll talk about that later on. But it's funny because we the last part we ended about I determined, and it was like you got to suffocate, you got to smother, you got to strangle everything that doesn't. And I this is what Jesus is teaching us. Another post we did, I did a post on a reel or YouTube show or something that says Jesus is teaching us our peak purchasing power. Why? Because we purchase with our lives.
Yep.
Jesus is the epitome of giving everything, and he says the work that I do shall you do also.
Yep.
He's trying to give you it's not even a cheat code because it's the real code.
Yeah.
He's trying to give you the real deal of what it looks like to be a child of God.
Right.
And to be able to access everything that God is, not just around you, not just above you, but through you as well.
Yep.
In you, as you, that's the word I like to use, right? We're connected to God in that kind of way. When we call God our Father, it makes us equal with God. You know what I'm saying? And he has no problem with that. This is why he breathed himself into us and made us a living soul.
Right.
And said, be fruitful in image and likeness, be fruitful, multiply, replenish, and subdue. But I think that, so since we're talking about being fruitful, I wasn't even trying to do this, EJ. See how it happens? I wasn't even trying to, I couldn't put it, I'll point out stuff like this, what I'm about to say, because if I'd have kept on talking, it would have seemed like it's such a great plan, or you had such a great thought process and everything. I don't think that great. I don't have a great line of thought. It's not even like that, and that's why I'm pointing this out, because I couldn't have segued better. I didn't even realize I was going to go there, but fruitful, multiply, replenish, subdue is in what book? Genesis, right? It's in the beginning. Yep. So it's a wonderful place to talk about what we're talking about, because I want to name this pod the priority of knowledge, right? And I heard a guy talking today, and they were talking about the election and different things, and he was talking about how we're doing things differently now. We have knowledge, and he said knowledge is power, and this is a going statement, okay? And you've heard it before. Everybody's heard it. Knowledge is power. And we talked about power the last time.
Yeah.
But if power is pointed in the wrong direction, you don't know.
Yep.
And what points to power is position.
Yep.
Right? Whatever position that you're standing in, I mean, even if you had a pistol or something, it's pointing to power, right? You can't point to power from another position that you're not in. And so whatever position that you assume, that will be the thing that will wield your power. Ain't that something? So we can say that knowledge is power. We can say that there is a power in knowledge.
Yeah.
Let's go back. Can we go back to the tree for a second? And Jesus gives us clarity on this. But in the tree, you had the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Knowledge is not the same. Knowledge is power, right? We call it tagoge, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we'll spell it out for you. But the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and it was an interesting statement he said, because in that, don't eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, because in that day, you eat of it, you surely die. And I think there's something in there. We have that conversation another time, because I think he's talking about consuming versus producing. Being a consumer versus a creator. That's oh my God, EJ. That's y'all. Listen, creators over consumers. And some people think they're doing that in the industry right now, but but I think he's having that conversation because you are meant to produce, not necessarily consume what is produced. All right, so I think there's something in there. We'll talk about that later. I think there's a power in it. But tree of life, tree of knowledge of good and evil. And he says, you eat from that tree, that day you surely die. And then after it happens, there's a conversation goes on between God and the heavenlies, and he says, they being just like us, knowing good and evil. Well, okay, so good and evil, knowing good and evil must not have been a bad thing, because y'all know it.
Right.
and you made us in your image.
Right.
But the problem is that we had not the reason that can we go back? The reason that you reach the only reason that we reach out from ourselves to bring identity to ourselves is because we don't know ourselves.
Yep.
I'm gonna say it again.
Yep.
I hope I can say it the same way. The only reason we reach out from ourselves to bring something to ourselves, to give identity to ourselves, because we don't know ourselves. I think I said it better the first time, but it's cool. We got it on tape, right? And so the only reason to reach is because you don't know. Mm-hmm. You don't know who you are. Yep. So if you don't know who you are, then you reach for something to give you some kind of identity. Yep. This is the epitome of what happens to Adam and Eve. Yep. The serpent says you'll be just like God. Well, God just created you in his image and his likeness. Right. Now, God didn't tell you, I made you in my image and his likeness. The way the story goes, right? Mm-hmm. He didn't say, hey, I just want you to know you're in my image and likeness. But if I'm at a place, EJ, and this is where we lose it at too, because we didn't got here. I was born in the year I was born, and there was people here already. Right. And they was already doing stuff, and they was always acclimating us to their environment. I be talking about that with my daughter, like acclimating us to the environment. Right. Of like we're teaching, we're so excited because she's learning our words, but we're just teaching her how to talk in this raggedy system that we in, right? Right. But at that time, they're the first ones, and nobody else is there, and somebody's talking to you out the sky, or however it's talking, however it's coming to you. It may not even be words; it might be coming through you, right? Whatever that is, I need to submit to that because I wasn't even here before that, for that sound. Mm. But I allowed another sound that didn't create me, and from outside of me, tell me who I was on the inside. See the deception? Ain't that crazy? It's simple, ain't it? Right. It's happening every day. Right. Happening all day, every day. And so here we go. Right. You allow another voice to tell you that you're not. Because this essentially, the serpent was saying it in a smooth way. Mm-hmm. In a smooth way, the serpent was saying, you're not like God, but he didn't say it that way. It's very subtle. Right. So the subtlety, there's the art of talking to people. Yeah. They say if you say anything the right way, you can get anything from anybody, right? Yep. Mouthpiece. There's a mouthpiece, yeah. Mm-hmm. And there's an art of talking to people. When we used to talk to girls, or we talk to people, the salesmen are like that. Like when there's a way to say something, and you could be saying it in a certain way, but it's like, you ever somebody say, hey, you want a piece of gum? Sometimes they try to tell you your breath stink. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yep. But they don't want to say, because it seems more harsh. Right, hey, your breath stink. And some people will talk like that. And those are the people sometimes that we don't want around already. I don't mind people telling me the truth, but sometimes it's just they call it tact, right? Yeah. So the way that you say things, right? So he says, he don't want you to eat from that tree because in that day you'll be just like God. Mm. He's really saying you're not like God right now. Yep. But if he'd have said you're not like God, it might have triggered something else in them for them not. So I had to coerce you in a certain way. It's happening all day long. They're swaying us with the conversation, with the songs, with the economy, with the with the social media, everything. They're swaying us and not telling us directly, but they're telling us indirectly. But watch this. They're extracting. Watch this. My reach is preceded by my belief. Mm. We ain't got no claps on that. I don't know. Don't worry about it. Even if we don't, my reach is preceded by my belief. So whatever I believe is where I'll reach. Yep. It's almost like position and power. Yeah. Well, I believe. Now remember belief and faith are for identity. It's really not for things on the outside. It'll work on things on the outside, but it's really not to produce things on the outside. It's actually for identity. It's for you to have faith and a conviction and truth about who you really are. And then believe that I'm a child of God. And then my reach begins to reach like God. It's the belief. I become the hand. It's the belief. But see, my reach. So if I can get you to believe something, I can get you to reach. Yep. You reach, I teach. As we say ball. Mm-hmm. You reach, I teach. First way to get crossed over is trying to reach trying to steal something. Yep. Trying to get a steal. Yep. Right? Trying to steal. Anyway, that's a whole other conversation. But we can go so many different ways with that. So now I've gotten you to believe that you're not like God. Mm-hmm. And so you reach to be like God, and now you get knowledge of good and evil, but you don't know how to use it, how to put it in place or anything, because now you have power. Knowledge is power, right? Right. You have power, but not position. Right. And the story literally goes that he literally puts him out the garden. You know what I'm saying? Literally puts them out, it says a lot of things about our soul, our insides. Yep. It's a matching thing to give us our lifestyle, but he literally puts him out of position. And from that time up until Jesus, mankind is is out of position as a child of God.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They even called themselves, watch this, they called themselves the children of what? Israel.
Yep.
They never called them, that's good.
Right.
That's good, EJ. Right. They never called themselves the children of God. They called them, watch this, they would call themselves God's chosen people.
But never. That's crazy.
Boy, that's crazy. Hold on, EJ, we on to something. And so that's why Jesus tells them, you of your father, the devil. One time he said, and don't say that Abraham is your father. Right? Another time, right? Because wow. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
They would consistently call themselves the children of Israel or God's chosen people. But God's chosen people and God's children are two different things.
Right.
That's like believers and sons.
Right.
What we did on the last pod. Yep. So now, could it be, EJ, and I wasn't expecting it to go this way, but this is dope. Could it be that we're trying to be, many are called but few are chosen? Right? Could it be that we don't understand that really being chosen, but we were chosen by God in the beginning of time? We talked about Jeremiah 1.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Before you was formed in the belly, I knew you.
Yeah.
We were ordained by God and chosen by God before there was any choosing to be done.
Right.
You get it?
Yep.
It was only our choice that got us in a place. Oh, EJ. It was only our choice that put us in a mental place, spiritual place, whatever you want to say, born in iniquity, all that stuff, right? It was only our choice that put us in a position that we feel like we need to be chosen. We were chosen already. Watch me. EJ, this is good. So could it be that we are living our lives, and I don't care, we can talk about the Christians, but we can talk about everybody. They're trying to be God's chosen whatever. Mm-hmm. Like, this is the right way. This is the right way God is doing. And they're trying to be God's chosen. But children over chosen. You ever heard somebody say they get mad at their parents? I hate you, Dad. I hate you, Mom. Yeah. I didn't choose to be here. Right? And it's a weird concept when they're doing that, but you didn't choose. You can't choose whose child you are.
Yeah.
The only thing that you can, it's the illusion of choice. The only thing you can mentally choose is to accept your childhoodness, except you become a.
Yep.
What, Jesus?
Yep.
Wow. Wow. EJ, you see what? EJ, hold on, EJ, hold on, bro.
Crazy,
hold on, it's trippy. Hold on. EJ, hold on. Are you suffer the little children? All right, hold on. Except you become as a child. He said you can't see it or can't enter. One of the two.
I think it's can't enter.
And the kingdom of God. Remember this? I did a research years back. The kingdom of God. The word kingdom means kinship. Mm-hmm. Right? It has a tone of kinship in it. Right? So that means the kinship of God. The kinship and domain of God. In my Father's house, there's many mansions. Except you become as a child, you couldn't enter in. But EJ, see, watch this, EJ. Oh man.
Yep.
See, knowledge. Let me tell you something. Your position will determine your perception, and your position will determine your interpretation.
Right.
Remember, self can't see.
Yep.
He was trying to get us out of position, get us in a new position of sonship, because you think that your last name is Zeno, my last name is Thompson, right? And there's an element of that alive here,
yeah,
and we can live in that. But ultimately, we're God's children.
Yep.
And if I'm out of position, then I'll interpret things a certain way.
Yep.
So like even faith is for identity and belief. But if I believe faith is for speaking it, claiming it, or putting it out there, then when I read what things, when Jesus is speaking to me, he's speaking a whole nother language and I don't even understand it. Now I understand, except you become as a child, he's talking about a child of God. Mm-hmm. But we thought it was, you got to have childlike faith. You got to have imagination.
No.
You got to have, oh man, EJ. And I got to read the context of, oh man, EJ. See, this is why these conversations are important, except you become as a, you see it, you found it?
Yeah.
What is
so
it?
It says, very, I say unto you, except you be converted and become as little children, you shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. And there's another one in Luke.
Where's that one from? Where's that first one from?
That's Matthew 18:3.
Okay.
Another one is, verily I say unto you, whosoever shall not receive the kingdom of God as a little child shall not in no wise enter therein.
And I know this context, and we believe in context when we're reading it, so I get it. So y'all can read the context. But bro, converted, be a child. And you know, converted, we think converted is changing something to something else, and there's a change. But when you see con with anything, it means with.
Yep.
It's with the version.
Yep.
It's with the vert.
Yep.
With the version.
Yep.
Unless you be with this version and become as children. They call them new converts, and then they want to call them believers. No. And people own it. People own it. They say, you know, yeah, I know I'm a child of God. Do you? Because if you knew that you were a child of God, then you would be listening to you would be focused and determined. That's the word we use.
Yeah.
In the function of the premium example of God's Son.
Right.
I mean, that's why we in the red words.
Right.
Except you become. Oh, I got to sit there for a minute. I got to listen back. Except you become a child. See, interpretation. What happens is we're able to see it that way. Could he been saying it the whole time and we didn't know it? Because we thought he was talking about you got to be little, because of the way we thought about faith.
Right.
Ain't that crazy?
Right.
So watch this. Knowledge. This is knowledge here.
Mm-hmm.
But knowledge is power. Let's get back to it. But there's John, I think it's John 8:32, right? Jesus says, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free. Now, free from what? Now, you can think about whatever you think bondage is, but it's really free from your fake self.
Yep.
Free from the identity that they told you were that's keeping you subdued to their systems.
Yep.
Even some of you that think you're financially free, you think because you done paid off this bill, or you done whatever, or you think you're mentally free because you're doing this, you got this kind of education or whatever, or you're doing your entrepreneur, all this stuff, you're free from the workforce. You think you're free, but that's only freedom based on this system.
Yep.
And what they've told you that freedom is. Watch me. He says, knowledge is power. You shall know the truth. Remember now, faith is conviction of truth.
Yep.
All right, you ready for this? I'm going to put them together. And you look up the definition of faith, it means conviction of truth. You can look it up in the Strong's and all that. The Greek, the original word is faith, is conviction of truth, right? You should know the truth. The truth will make you free, right? So here's another one. That's John 8:32. Further up, keep going forward, John 14, I think it's verse 6, he says, I am the way and the truth and the life.
Yep.
We talk about life with the tree of life,
yep.
Right? Now I'm the truth. So you shall know the
right.
And the truth will make you free.
Right.
Now watch this. What is the truth? So knowing him means knowing what? What is the truth telling me? Right? Most people say, tell the truth. Tell the truth. Right? There's a dope line. One says, tell the truth. Another dope line, another movie says, you can't handle the truth. Right? But then but most times you're telling the truth or you want to know the truth. Mm-hmm. You want somebody to tell you the truth. But here's the question, what is the truth telling you? Yeah. Because we clear the truth as a person. Right. Now, if we go into context, let's read. We in the red words. Now, let's read it. In John 8:32. But if you go forward, back up to the beginning of John 8, he starts having a conversation, and he says, I'm from above, y'all from beneath. Watch what he's saying. He says, I know where I come from, and I know where I'm going. Then he says, the one that sent me is with me. Yep. I wish, I want to, I don't want to get caught up in there, but he keeps going. Let's see. He said the one that sent me is with me. And this is right after he helps the woman that's taken in adultery, right? I mean, he's given ultimate identity. You know what I'm saying? And he said, verse 23, you are from beneath, I am from above. You are of this world, I am not of this world. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then he goes on to say that I can do nothing of myself, verse 28. But my Father taught me I speak these things. He that sent me, verse 29, he that sent me is with me. The Father has not left me alone, for I do always those things that please him. Watch this. The Father has not left me alone because I do. He said, for I do always the things that please him. And then after that it says, you shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free. Then it says, watch this. EJ, you ready for this? Why we never put verse 32 and verse 36 together? 32 says, you shall know the truth will make you free. We know the truth is a person, right?
Right.
Because he says that further up, in he's going to say it in a little while, right? He's putting clues together. Then he says, and if the Son therefore shall make you free, you should...
Come on, man. You
should know the truth. Jesus is the truth, and the truth will make you free. And the Son therefore make you free. The what? The Son, not the teacher, not the prophet, not the whatever.
Right.
It's the Son make you free.
Right.
What is he trying to say? That the truth is that I'm trying to tell you, and all this is in John too.
Yeah.
I'm in you, you and me, you and the Father.
Yep.
That you're a son.
Yep.
Watch this. So the initial knowledge is you ready? I was about to say what my life is, but the initial knowledge is who my life is. Yep. Who is my life?
It's identity.
Watch his identity. I'm gonna go back. Tree of life. You ready? John. It's all in John. John is amazing. John 50. He said, "I'm the vine, you the branches. If you abide in me," verse 7, and my words about John 50. Yep. Ask what you will. Watch this. Any branch of me that bear not fruit, I cut it off. Any branch of me that bear fruit, I purge it so it can bear more fruit. That's the tree of life. I'm the way, the truth, and the Jesus is the tree of life. He was in the garden.
Right.
But you wanted to know something else other than him.
Yep.
So you didn't know the truth. And so now the fake truth that you wanted to know and you reached for,
right,
brought you into bondage. Watch this. What kind of bondage? About yourself.
Right. Right.
And now you a free person voluntarily wearing chains.
Yep.
You voluntarily got the cuffs on because you believe that that's the value system. Take no thought what you're going to put on. You believe that those things.
Yep.
You can't serve two masters. I got another one we're going to do called the money in front of you.
Yeah. And
it's right there in chapter 6, and you don't even realize what's going on with you. Right? But now, you ready for this? And this is what I really want to get to, is that the knowledge outside of you, right, or knowledge or information is powerful and important. So it's not that you just need I don't want to know anything. Like, you can get knowledge, right? But my knowledge search, seek ye first the kingdom of God, my knowledge search should be based on my knowledge of who I am first.
Yep. Always.
We talked about the athletes on the last pod, right? Well, if you position first, right? But then if I'm playing wide receiver, when I pick up the playbook,
yep,
right? I don't really pay attention to what the other guys do. Like, I need to be familiar with what they're doing.
Right.
But for the most part, I need to see my routes.
Yep.
My ways.
Yep.
The ways that I'm supposed to be running.
Yep.
Because my routes have everything to do with whether my fellow receiver catches the ball, my running back makes a run, my quarterback. It has everything to do with the functioning of the whole body.
Yep.
You get it? So when I pick it up, I learn. I read my way. You get it? So I gotta. So in order for me to function in my highest potential, I gotta go back and know my position. And when I live from a position, and this is freeing, man. When I live, stop using your faith and your belief.
Right.
Trying to figure out. Don't use your faith and belief on race. On like.
That's
race,
waste,
gender,
man.
all that stuff, all that stuff fall into place. Even like the whole sexual orientation conversation.
Right.
We know right and wrong. We know it based off of seed time and harvest.
Right.
But even trying to fix that on the outside is not possible. When you go back to root up, to destroy, to pull down, to tear down, then to plant and to build, it begins to build from the right position and your belief. So go back to the initial.
Yep.
Go. Don't try to figure it out. Don't try to go back to the initial, and it begins to build out your life the way God expected it to look. And then the knowledge that you get, watch this, you're able to decipher between deception and direction. You be able to decipher between deception. You say, well, how I know that's God talking to me or the devil? Well, see, you on the outside trying to figure it out. Go on the inside and watch this. John 10, Jesus says, my sheep hear my voice.
Yep.
And the voice of a stranger they will not follow. Nope. So you, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth, makes me acquainted with my Father's function and direction. And so now I'll know his voice, and I know the difference between deception and direction. Right? I'm not talking about the old way. We're talking about hear the voice of God, and you trying to. No, it's like God speaks through you. His words resound with every fiber of your being,
right.
And it's not like we talk. It's not like you're hearing this right now.
Right.
It doesn't work that way. He can do it that way because we're on a lower frequency.
Yeah.
But he's trying to do it from a different place. So when I know who I am, watch this. You ready? My initial knowledge of truth. The truth begins with who I am. And when my initial knowledge of truth begins, my knowledge begins with who I am, then it fills what I know with the Spirit. It fills the knowledge that I know outside of me, it fills it with the Spirit. And so that power begins to become the same power of God flowing through me because I started at the right position.
Yep.
If I started the wrong position, if I start the wrong position, what happens is I pervert the power.
It made me think about the walk with God.
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah.
The walk with God.
Yeah. That's it.
It's positioning.
It's positioning. It's the walk with God. You ready? Take my yoke upon and learn of me.
Right.
From meek and little heart, you find rest for your soul. The yoke makes you walk with Jesus.
Right.
It's to walk with God. And then as you watch this, you ready? So here we go. With men it is impossible, but not with God. With God.
All things.
Yeah. You see it? He's trying to tell you where to be at. This has been y'all go subscribe, like, share, tell somebody about this. Follow us on all social medias. Donovan Montreal, we put on the screen. Hello, my name is EJ. Follow Red 30. Follow I'm Fresh Music. On TikTok, I'm FM Official. You're gonna see all the stuff in it. It'll all be in the description. Just go follow everything because we're trying to submerge ourselves in our sonship or in our childhood of being one with the Father. And so this is where it's at.
Position.
Acapella.
Every time the love comes
We leave with acapella tonight? We're gonna leave with acapella. We're gonna play the song. We'll leave with acapella, okay?
I be trying to figure out where love goes every time. I can tell you all about the finer things.
You know somebody wanted to tell me don't sing falsetto? They was like,
yeah, no.
But it don't feel the same.
What?
If I ain't got you with me, I don't care about the fame.
It ain't gotta be the best.
Magazines and TVs.
It gotta just be me.
Diamonds, Mercedes. I can give it all away. Tyler Flames, believe me. Met a lot of ladies. None of that don't mean a thing. All I got is everything. So I'm willing to give it up, everything. Just so we can get enough of everything. I got it all, I give it all, everything. My time, my needs, my heart, my everything. My mind, my sleep, my heart, my everything. Got it all, I give it all, everything. Won't wait no more, they don't know, I'm for sure, yeah. Won't wait no more, they don't know.
yeesh. Hey, we out, y'all. We out, y'all. I'm gonna leave you with the music because I don't want to leave you out there with that. Sometimes it's a little too much. It's a little too much. You gotta ease it with that music, man. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, y'all.